Hi guys! Okay, so today, I know I promised forever ago I would do a tattoo video, and I've been taking forever, but I am for sure doing my tattoo video right now. This is it. Just a few disclaimers. This video will probably be quite lengthy because I have like something like 12 tattoos, and all of them have a meaning, so I'm gonna go through and tell you about them. Number two, if you do not like tattoos, if you do not like females with tattoos, if you think it's trashy, whatever, if you have something against tattoos, go ahead. This is not the video for you. Don't watch it. Period. Number three, my hair right now is scrunching. This is how I scrunch my hair. Please ignore it. I put on a pretty scarf hoping that it would take away from this. And let's see, number four, basically if you leave any crappy comments below, I'm not going to take time out of my day to answer back to you, so you're basically wasting your time. This video is just for people who have asked about my tattoos, who would like to see them. I find it interesting to look at other YouTubers' tattoos, so that's what I'm doing. Okay, are we ready? Alright, awesome. I wish I didn't have to do a disclaimer, but there are people out there who just whatever. Anyways, so let's get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you where my tattoo on my body is at. I'm going to tell you about my tattoo. And I'll also be inserting a picture. The reason I'm not going to just try to like show you my tattoos is because I have, most of them I have really good pictures of that you can really see details in the color work or the shading, I don't know. And it's just a lot easier because a lot of mine are kind of hard to get to. I have quite a few. So, okay, first one, I'm just going to kind of go in order that I got them, at least until I get a little confused because, you know, I have quite a few. But so, oh gosh, this is just, it's gonna bother me. It's gonna bother me. Anyways, okay, for real, we're starting this time. Okay, the first tattoo I ever got, I was 16, and it is on my foot, and I will show you a picture now. And it says love. I got it. It was my very first tattoo. I fell in love with it. I thought love is something that's important to me. I feel like it's the most important thing in the world is to love each other and to be loving and caring and all of that. So a lot of my tattoos have a lot to do with love. And so that was the very first one. It was free-handed by the artist. And of course I will be leaving all of the artists below, where I got them, all of that stuff. But I did... Anyways, sorry, I'm having a hard time today. But anyways, I fell in love with it. The artist free-handed it. I thought it was just beautiful. The cursive to me is beautiful. It's just a really... Sorry, excuse me. Whew, this video is not starting off well. Anyways, I just thought it was so, so beautiful, and I am still in love with it. I love when I wear, you know, like sandals or high heels or something. It shows, and it's just gorgeous. So the second tattoo that I'm going to do the second and third tattoo together because they are the same thing. And they go together. I just got them at different times. And they are sparrows, and they are on each shoulder blade. And I will show you a picture now. And I have received a lot of comments in the past when I showed people my tattoos or when I posted a picture or something. I realized sparrows are a very common tattoo. They're very popular. I get it. But here's the reasoning why I got sparrows. Sparrows mate for life. They are like penguins. They mate for life, and they also kind of represent spreading your wings and getting out on your own. And I did get them when I was 17 and 18, right in there, my senior year of high school. So it was really to represent, again, love and that connection of when you find somebody who's your soulmate, that type of thing. I'm a sappy person when it comes to soulmates and love. And for two, it was also about the spreading your wings, but always remembering to come back to, like, your home, your family, that type of thing. So that's what those mean to me. And the next tattoo, sorry if it seems like I'm not spending a lot of time on each one, but I just want to give you an overview of what they're about, and again, I don't want this to be like an hour long of me talking about all my tattoos. So, okay, the next one that I got, and I actually got the next two in the same visit, but the next one that I got, I can actually go ahead and show you, is this one. It is a heart. It is free-handed. It originally was just an outline, and then I decided I wanted to color it in, so I've had it touched up about 3 or 4 times now. Of course, with finger tattoos, they're never going to stay looking perfect all the time. I knew that going into it. That doesn't bother me. It is, again, on my ring finger, and it just, again, exemplifies love and that, that marriage, that vow. The reasoning behind the ring finger is that it was thought to be the closest to your heart, or the vein is the closest, I don't know. I used to know, but I don't know anymore. But anyways, it really just exemplifies, again, that love and that soulmate companionship, that type of thing. And also loving yourself, because I did get it for me. It's not like I got it for my future husband. It is for me, and it's my beliefs. So, I got that, again, when I was 18, senior year of high school. The tattoo that I got the same night is actually a rib piece. It is right here underneath my left boobie, on the rib cage. Yes, it is painful. Anytime you're getting a tattoo, it's going to be a little painful. Of course, the more tender the area, the more painful. I don't want to talk about different pain because everybody's different. A tattoo that I found very painful, other people may not find painful. It's just different when you're working with tattoos. So there's that. But I do have a tattoo on my ribs. It says "Follow Your Heart." It is in cursive. I will post a picture now. So that's what it looks like. It is a little bit rough. The artist that I chose for this tattoo was a beginner. He was just starting out. I was like his 5th tattoo or something like that. So it is a little bit rough. I have had it touched up a couple times. But personally, I am okay. I went into that decision knowing that he had not done many tattoos. I decided to support him anyways. He was a friend of mine, is a friend of mine. And so, again, I just really don't want to hear anything about how, oh, you have a crappy tattoo, blah, 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 blah. There are a few spots, but I love my tattoos. I love all of my tattoos, and they are personal to me. So I don't care that it's just a little rough around the edges. To me, it's still beautiful. The cursive is beautiful. I love the font. And again, Follow Your Heart. It was one about love, but it was mainly about doing in life what I wanted to do. I was at a point in my life where things were very stressful, and I felt like I was being pushed and pulled. Anybody, who is already graduated knows senior year is just very stressful, and it's very overwhelming yet exciting, and then at the end you're just like, it's over, So this was probably a few months before graduation. It was towards the end of the year, and it was just really about going for your dreams and doing what is special to you. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. It's all about you. So that's what that one was about. After that, I got a large side of my thigh piece, and I'll put a picture up now. And of course, it's of a large Dreamcatcher, again, a very popular tattoo. Dreamcatchers mean a lot to me personally. I do not have any Native American blood. It's nothing like that. My mom got me, when I was very little, like 2 years old, I had a really bad problem with nightmares. I had nightmares all the time. I was constantly waking up out of nightmares, and when I was about 3 or 4, my mom bought me a Dreamcatcher. I actually still have it, and, here, no, I won't, because it's just, I'll put in a picture of it. Anyways, so my mom bought me that Dreamcatcher. It started out all purple feathers. I've had birds over the years, so I've replaced some of the feathers. That's why it looks a little bit weird. But she bought me that, and I really stopped having nightmares. It really worked for me. It's very comforting. I've always had it. I've always had it hanging above my bed. So that's really a tattoo for me and my mom, really. It means a lot to me. It's a very large piece because it means a lot to me. and I really wanted it to be something that would show a lot, and it's really beautiful. I love it. I love the subtle color work in it. It is amazing, and I love that tattoo. Okay, my next one is actually one that I'm in the process of kind of fixing. It's the only one of my tattoos that I'm not 100% happy with, and I will go ahead and show you now. It is, it's so hard to explain. This one was a extremely meaningful tattoo as well. And it's just not quite the way that I envisioned it and wanted it, so I do have to have it worked on again. But I did get this, I was probably about 19 when I got this one. And it was really supposed to represent not letting society tell you what to do, kind of more along the lines of following your heart. But it is a portrait of me that my boyfriend drew. And then there is a cloth around her mouth that says break free, and her eyes are stitched shut, and her head is kind of splitting open. And the colorful stuff, it was supposed to look like colorful, like smoke, and it was supposed to exemplify kind of how society tries to tell you what you need to be and that type of thing. And that's what the stitching the eyes shut and they putting something around your mouth, kind of like robot-y. I'm not explaining it as well, but, and the colorful smoke was supposed to represent all of your uniqueness kind of leaking out, like society cannot tell you to be a person, you know, that you aren't, and that you should be yourself, that type of thing. It was really, for me personally, it was a reminder to not get upset and to not get brought down by anything like that, to always be myself, to always let my uniqueness shine and my weird goofiness really, and to just be who I want to be, basically. So that is a very meaningful tattoo for me personally. After that, the next tattoo I got was this one that you probably see quite often as I'm filming, and here's a better picture of it. It does say, "Judge me not with your eyes," and again, this is a very intensely meaningful tattoo to me. I did put it on my collarbone because people ask about it constantly, asking what it says. It is small and dainty, so people ask me all the time what it says, and I love explaining to people. I get all kinds of reactions from people who are like, what? I had one guy, while I was working in a deli at a Kroger's, one guy asked me, and then he goes, well, what am I supposed to judge you with? This is my point exactly. But it's really about not judging someone, like not judging a book by its cover, basically. It's very self-explanatory, but that's what it means to me. You know, you don't judge people on how they appear. You know, somebody might look like something, but you don't, you know, everybody has their own sense of style, their own way that they want to represent themselves, and you should not judge them. And one of the things is that people, especially women, but women and men both, get really harshly judged for having tattoos. And to me, that was even, you know, even more that it was a tattoo saying that, you know, you shouldn't judge people until you get to know them. Just because you personally don't like a style or something doesn't have any bearing over whether that's a good person, or, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. Okay, so let's see. After that, I believe I got, I have 2 tattoos on my arms. They say, well, here, I'll let you see a picture first. They say sanguine brador, which literally means blood brothers. Blood is in Latin and brothers is in Icelandic. And I know that's a very strange tattoo for me to have, and after I tell you why I have it, you're probably going to judge me even more, but that's okay. This is actually a tattoo I have matching with my best friend slash boyfriend. We got it, I think we were about 6, 7, 8 months into our relationship. It's not a couple tattoo, though. It's not to exemplify us as boyfriend and girlfriend. It's simply to exemplify the friendship and that type of thing. It was really an inside joke. We picked the 2 different language. Iceland is where we really wanted to visit / live. I think we picked Latin just out of the blue, honestly. We just wanted something really different. We're kind of really weird, so it really is it just encases us, and that's all I'm going to say about it. So the next tattoo that I got would be this huge one on my arm. This is a phoenix, and I will show you a better picture. It is not finished yet, but it is so beautiful. It was so beautiful just when I got the outline. I knew it was really going to be a spectacular tattoo. And it's really important. This is another intensely meaningful, like all of my tattoos are really meaningful, but this one, as I've talked about before, I was a self-harmer. I'm recovered, but there's always, it's like any other addiction, there's always the chance for a relapse or whatever you want to call it. So it's kind of like you're in remission from it. That's the way that I think about it in my mind. But the reason that I got this, the reason I chose a phoenix was because a phoenix rises from the ashes. It's like a rebirth, that type of thing. I hit a stage in my life where the self-harm was not something I thought about constantly. I wasn't doing it. I'm not going to lie and say that I have never slipped up, because that's not true. That is absolutely not true, and I do not want to lie to you. I have. But I really got to a point where my depression was kind of leveling off. I started a medicine that was really helping. My life was sort of coming back together. So I was really in a more stable part of my life, and my upper arm was an area where I would cut a lot because it's an easy place for me to hide it. I don't wear, for school and stuff, you don't wear tank tops. So I put it here to keep myself and the inner elbow, that area. I have scarring, and it was one to cover my scars, but I am not ashamed of my scars. I'm not ashamed of the fact that I had a problem, and I will openly talk about and admit it. Although I'm not proud of it, it's not shameful. I don't need to hide it anymore. But the second reason was, and the main reason, was to keep me, anytime I felt like I wanted to cut, I could look at that. Of course, I'm not going to cut through this beautiful tattoo. And I would think about the fact that I got this tattoo as a rebirth, and it really helps me, and it has really helped me, seeing that and being like, you don't need to do that. Just because you're upset, just because it feels like the world is ending, doesn't mean that it is. And so it's definitely one of my most meaningful tattoos. I've said that about a lot of them, but it's very meaningful to me, and it is a very large piece. I chose very large piece because it was a very important tattoo. It's kind of how my mind works. If it's an important tattoo, it's going to be a large one. But they're all important. Anyways, let's get back on track here. Let's see. What other tattoos do I have? This happens to me all the time. I forget about tattoos constantly. Oh, okay. The one that I got next would be my in between the finger tattoos, which this is what they look like right now. I'm not flipping you off. Here's a picture of them right when I got them. Now, I do know that there is a misspelling in this tattoo. It says Hakuna Matata, no worries. And yes, Matata. Sorry, I'm like, which one's spelled wrong? I don't know. I've had this for a couple years now. Matata is spelled wrong. It is a D, and it's supposed to be a T. I am well aware of it. I am eventually going to have it fixed and have them touched up. I haven't gotten to it yet because this, for me personally, was my most painful tattoo. It was awful, even though it didn't last very long. But again, it means a lot to me. I put it somewhere where I can constantly see it because I was at a point in time where I was very unhappy where I was working. I was very stressed out constantly. I was upset. If you go back to my earliest videos on here where I talk about where I worked, and when I was first kind of going to the doctor and learning about fibromyalgia and all the other stuff that's freaking wrong with me. So that was a very stressful time in my life. I got this tattoo on one of my breaks from work to kind of exemplify just that, like just de-stressing and not worrying, not taking everything on my shoulders, and really just breathing, that type of thing. So that's what it's all about. I have people ask me all the time, aren't you worried that you're going to regret getting a visible tattoo? And I'm just like, I got like a million of them, but no, I don't regret them. Any job that will turn me away for tattoos, I've always said, is not a job that I would want. I do not want a job that takes me at face value. I don't want a job that only cares about what I look like. You know, I want a job that cares that I'm a hard worker, that, you know, I do my job well, blah, 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 which I have a job like that now, and I am so, so grateful for it. So there's that. The next tattoo that I got was on a whim. This is and I do not endorse this at all. Let me just disclaimer. I'm not telling you to do this, okay? Do not do this. This is not the way to do things. I am impulsive. I also am really addicted to tattoos. I love tattoos. So I twice have made the poor choice of getting home tattoos. I still love these tattoos. Of course, you can tell that they were done at home. The first one is this one, and I don't really need to put up a picture because it's pretty. You can see it. It is a music note. It is backwards. It is drawn incorrectly. That's my fault. I drew it. I'm an idiot. It was an impulse. I will probably end up either covering it with a better one, or I don't know. I'm not super worried about it. It's pretty tiny. But I did have a roommate do that for me. And I still love it. I don't care that it was a home done tattoo. But again, I'm not saying that you should get tattoos at home. You should not. You should go and have a professional do it, because there are many things that can go wrong when you're doing home tattoos. Infection, all things like that, those are very serious, and I will probably never do another one. But I did have a second one, and here's a picture of it. And that is my inner ankle. I had another friend who is a tattoo artist but doesn't work in a studio. But again, I should not have gone and had a home tattoo done, period. But, so that's that. It is a peace sign. Sorry, I'm having to like look at it. It's a peace sign. It's a peace sign with like vines and flowers intertwined in it, and it's really beautiful. I think he did a very good job on it. The spots that are a little light are my fault, because the inner ankle is very tender, and I did have some trouble sitting still, which was very strange for me because I usually sit like a rock no matter what, but it was very painful. And I am going to have it colored in. There's a train coming. This is my life. We'll be back after the train. Okay, now that the train is passed, I did try to take my hair down. Not sure if this is any better, but whatever. This video is not about hair, thank goodness. So that is my most recent tattoo, is the peace sign with the flowers and vines. It really just represents trying to have peace and harmony in the world, and respecting nature and plants and things around you, and again, I really just thought it aesthetically, it was just a really pretty design. And so, of course, not some super huge meaning, but again, it still definitely has meaning. This is driving me nuts. What do you do with hair like this? Like, my hair is too thick to even, like, here we go. I'll just, like, it is almost Halloween. Maybe I should just be the ring girl with red hair. We'll just flip it all over this way and see what happens. So, yeah, sorry that I've messed with my hair for this entire video, nearly, but, oh, something's in my eye. Something's in my eye. Oh, I hate that when something goes across your eye and you can't find it. But, so I hope this video was interesting, I guess. It's not really helpful, but, I hope it was interesting to look at my tattoos and the meanings behind them. But always, in going into getting tattoos, just remember, your tattoo is meaningful to you and you only, and even if it doesn't have a meaning behind it, you just got it because you wanted it, that's still a meaning. You wanted it, you got it, it represents time in your life. That's tattoos, that's how I feel about them. I've recently read lots of articles about women with tattoos, as if It's really weird. Apparently women are considered trashy and unattractive with tattoos a lot of times. There's been a lot of talk about that. I'm not going to go super in depth with it because I think it's completely ridiculous. Women are beautiful with tattoos. Men are beautiful with tattoos. Everybody's beautiful with tattoos in my eyes. I love tattoos. But even if you don't like tattoos, you should still be respectful that somebody got that for a purpose, for them. And we should all be respectful of each other. Period. That's really all I have to say. Yeah, that's all my tattoos. I'm like sitting here like, did I forget any? Because I do that sometimes. I literally forget about tattoos all the time when people ask me about them. Yeah, that's all my tattoos. So, I will see you guys hopefully soon. Again, more Halloween stuff. I'm still working on a large compilation. I don't know how to say that. Of different videos of pumpkin carving, pumpkin patch, decorations. So it is coming. I promise it's coming. It might be on Halloween, but it'll be here. Yeah, and we started actually like really decorating the house, so I really got some good footage of decorating, and I will keep you guys updated and give you a full tour of my house that's decorated when we get everything up, because I'm so excited. We're 6 days, can't count, 6 days, that's 6, yeah. Okay, oh my god, I need to get off here. But 6 days away from our party and 5 days away from Halloween. Whoop, whoop. So I'm really excited, and I love you guys. Thank you for your continued support, and thank you for watching.